Good morning one and all. Myself K. Manjula, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, Nagarjuna Government Degree College, Nalgonda. In today's session, I am presenting the topic carboxylic acids and their derivatives. The main objectives of this session are derivatives of carboxylic acids and their nomenclature, classification of carboxylic acids, names of dicarboxylic acids, preparation of aliphatic carboxylic acids by the hydrolysis of alkyl nitriles, amides and esters. In previous sessions, we have discussed in detail about a little about derivatives of carboxylic acids. Today we will discuss in detail about derivatives of carboxylic acids. The first one is acid anhydrides. So what is an acid anhydride? Yes, in its name itself acid is there. So its structure is like that, RCOO, COR, acid anhydride. How it is erased? Replacement of OH group in carboxylic acids by OC double bond OR, we get the compound anhydride. So example, ethanoic anhydride. How this name has come? In place of R, CH3 groups are substituted here. How this name has come? Yes, we shall see the nomenclature. The IUPAC name of anhydride is derived from the parent acid by replacing the term acid with the term anhydride. From which parent acid this anhydride is derived? In that parent acid's name, by replacing the term acid with the term anhydride, we get the name of the anhydride. And the general formula of anhydrides is, acid anhydrides is RC double bond O, C double bond O, R. And example is ethanoic anhydride. So what does it mean? In its name ethanoic has come. That's why we may think that it is derived from ethanoic acid. How it can be written? Yes, we shall see. So of course it is also called as acetic anhydride. For example, we see carboxylic acid RCOOH is carboxylic acid. Take one more molecule RCOOH. Now anhydride means removal of water. Can you see water molecule in these two? Yes, H2O. Now remove water from this and join these two. What we will get? Join these two. That is RCOO, COR. Stretch this like this. By stretching this, what you will get? C double bond O R. So this is nothing but acid anhydride. Yes, in previous slide we have seen RC double bond O, C double bond O, R. This is acid anhydride. Okay. Now, if we take one example, in place of R, we take CH3. In place of R, we take CH3. So then it will come CH3 COO CH3, CH3 C double bond O, bond C double bond O, CH3. How does it come? Take this example, CH3 COOH. CH3 COOH, as we have discussed in the previous session, the nomenclature of carboxylic acids, 2 carbons, eth, carbon-carbon single bond, ane, and carboxylic acid COOH. For COOH, the secondary suffix is oic acid. So in place of E, we write oic acid. Then what will be its name? Ethanoic acid. What will be its name? Ethanoic acid. Now take 2 molecules of ethanoic acid. One more molecule of the same. That is CH3COOH. Now for getting anhydride, what we have to remove from this? Anhydride. Anhydride, removal of water. Okay, H2O. Yes, removing H2O from this minus H2O and connect these two. Yes, CH3COO, CH3CO. Stretch this like this. What will we get? This CO will come here, C double bond O, and this CH3 will come here straight. Okay, now erase this. Okay, so now this is the derivative of ethanoic acid. To name it, what we have to do from its parent name, ethanoic acid, just what we are doing, ethanoic in place of acid. What is there in the rule? In place of acid, write anhydride. Its parent acid was ethanoic acid. Now write anhydride, ethanoic anhydride. So it is its name, ethanoic anhydride. So this is an example of anhydride and derivative of carboxylic acid. Yes, this is what here given. CH3 C double bond O, bond C double bond O, CH3, ethanoic acid. Now CH3COOH is also known as, common name is acetic acid. That's why it is also called as acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride. So mostly it is called more as acetic anhydride by using common name only. Ethanoic anhydride is the IUPAC name. We have seen here now, IUPAC name. Okay, so that is what is IUPAC. We have discussed in previous session. International Union of Pure and Applied Chemists. By IUPAC, rules for carboxylic acid, for writing the names of carboxylic acids is formed. Those rules we follow to name organic compounds. Now coming to the next one. So second derivatives are acid halides. Acid halide is this, RCOCl. So you know the skeleton, RCOOH. In RCOOH, in place of OH group, that is in place of OH group in carboxylic acid, by replacing OH group in carboxylic acid with what? Halogen X, that is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, either one. So we get the compound acid halide, RCOCl acid halide. Okay, so this is how we get acid halides. This is also one more derivative of carboxylic acid. Now nomenclature. Example, in place of R we have taken CH3. In place of R, alkyl group, substituted CH3, that is methyl group is substituted, of course Cl is Cl. Though methyl group is substituted, how many carbons are present in this? 2 carbons are present. That's why in the name eth root word is appearing. Okay, so we shall see what is the nomenclature. The IUPAC name of acid halide is derived by replacing the term oic acid with oil halide. They are alkanoyl halides. Okay, so in parent acid, Of course, it is known by common name as acetyl chloride also. First of all, we learn the IUPAC name. Okay, so that is in the place of parental acid, in place of oic acid, we write oil halide, oil chloride, oil bromide, oil iodide, like that. Oil chloride. So the parental acid for this, how this acid can be acid chloride can be obtained? Yes, we take the same acetic acid CH3CO OH. In place of OH, halogen is substituted. That is, which halogen is substituted? Chlorine. Halogen also forms only one bond. That's why what will it become? Substitute chlorine in place of OH. So this is CH3COCl. Before substituting CH3COCl, what was its name? Yes, what was its name? It was acetic acid or ethanoic acid. It was ethanoic acid, IUPAC name, and acetic acid is the common name. Now in this, in the place of OH, we are substituting Cl, then it has become acid chloride. Now we have to write in place of oic acid, we have to write oil halide. That is, oil halide is chloride, no? That's why chloride. Then what became the, then how can we pronounce this name? Oil halide, ethanoyl halide, chloride, ethanoyl chloride. And in place of this, the general name will come as, there is no rule for general name, acetyl chloride. General name is acetyl chloride, like this. CH3COCl, ethanoyl chloride, general name is acetyl chloride. Thus, acid halides are one more derivatives of carboxylic acids. Now after acid halides, we shall see esters. RCOOR, ester. Sometimes we write RCOO R dash also, because to differentiate from this R, if both are different alkyl groups, then we can write R dash also. Okay. Now to differentiate both R's, one R is written as R dash. Now what are esters? How they are derived? If we see RCOO R dash, we can imagine where from this is coming. That is, by replacing H from carboxylic acids with R, simply by H by R. In previous cases, we wrote by replacing OH from carboxylic acids, but here we are writing H from carboxylic acids with R, alkyl group. We get compound ester, where alkyl groups are methyl CH3, ethyl C2H5, propyl C3H7, etc. Okay, this is ester. Example, in place of R, both R's we have taken the same CH3 group. CH3 group. Now, how does this name arise? See the IUPAC rule. The IUPAC name of ester is derived by replacing the term ic acid with OH, and the name of alkyl group is written as prefix. That is, ester is alkyl alkanoate. By replacing the term ic acid in the acid with OH, and the name of alkyl group comes as prefix. Okay, how? We shall see. Yes, RCOOH. This is carboxylic acid. In carboxylic acid, in place of H, if we substitute what? R. It may be same or different. We get ester. Okay, example this is. Now we take, for example, we take the acid CH3COOH. What is this? Ethanoic acid. What is its name? Ethanoic. 2 carbons are there, no? That's why ethanoic acid. Now in ethanoic acid, by replacing H with any R, I take again CH3 only. Say CH3, again CH3. Now this is ester. Now to write its name, first of all, in place of oic acid, you have to write O8. To write the name of this ester, in place of oic acid, you have to write the name O8, ethanoate. Now that is ethanoate, 2 carbons, that's why ethanoate, O8, ethanoate. Okay. Now what is the substituent R? What is its name? Methyl. That's why I write its name before. Methyl prefix as prefix, methyl ethanoate. So the name of this ester is methyl ethanoate. Okay. Like this you can try many examples. Like this. Here we have taken methyl ethanoate. Okay. Methyl ethanoate. So this is second category of derivative. And now the third derivatives are acid amides. Acid amide. R C double bond O bond NH2. This is pronounced as acid amide. Amides, in generally we call them as amides also. How they are arised? Acid amides, replacing OH group in carboxylic acid by bond NH2, we get the compound acid amide. How they? For example, in place of R we are taking H, that is no CH3H. Overall in this only one carbon is present. Only one carbon. That's why the root word meth is coming. Methanamide. Methanamide. So how this name will arise? The IUPAC, yes, of course, this is one more example. This is one more example. Ethanamide. In this, 2 carbons are present. Ethanamide. So 2 examples we have taken. In place of R, we have substituted H and CH3. Now, what is the nomenclature? How we wrote ethanamide, methanamide? How we wrote? The IUPAC name of amide is derived by replacing E of alkane by amide. The general name is alkanamide. Alkane plus amide, alkanamide. Like this, methanamide. The alkane with 1 carbon is methane. In that, we write amide, methanamide. The alkane with 2 carbons is ethane. In that, we write amide, ethanamide. Methanamide, ethanamide. These are the examples for acid amides. And ethanamide is also called as acetamide. As it is derived from acetic acid, it is also called as acetamide. So, briefly, we shall see how this has come. HCOOH, the parental acid, HCOOH. In place of OH, what we have to substitute? NH2. NH2. Then it becomes an amide. So, if HCOOH is present, if HCOOH was present, what was its name? With carboxylic acid with 1 carbon, HCOOH. Carboxylic acid with 1 carbon is formic acid, no? That is, IUPAC name for one carbon, IUPAC name is methanoic acid. So that is, we have to write the IUPAC name methanoic acid. Methanoic acid. So in place of oic acid we are writing methanamide. Amide. In place of oic acid we are writing amide. If NH2 is substituted, then we write it methanamide. Yeah, that is its parental acid. Its parental acid is methanoic acid, that's why its name is becoming methanamide. Simply one carbon, methan and amide. Like that also we can write. If we take in place of H, we take CH3. If we take CH3, the alkyl group, methyl group CH3. So what could be its parental acid? CH3COOH. So CH3COOH is 2 carbons. So 2 carbons. So its name is ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid. In place of OH, NH2 is substituted. So in place of oic acid, what we have to write? Amide. Then what it will become? Ethanamide. Okay. Like this, the IUPAC names of amides can be derived. Okay. Now to the next topic. We move to the next topic. Classification of carboxylic acids. Yes, carboxylic acids based on the nature of R. Based on the nature of R, that is on alkyl group RCOOH, on alkyl group. R is alkyl group like methyl, ethyl, propyl, like that, and COOH is the carboxylic group. Based on the nature of R, it is divided into 2 categories. One, alkyl group. If R is alkyl group, aliphatic carboxylic acids. If R is alkyl group, aliphatic carboxylic acids. If R is aryl group, aromatic carboxylic acids. So that is, carboxylic acids are aliphatic and aromatic depending on the R present. Examples for aliphatic carboxylic acids are formic acid, HCOOH, formic acid, CH3COOH, acetic acid. Both are examples for aliphatic carboxylic acids. Now second category is aromatic carboxylic acids. Benzoic acid is one example and salicylic acid is one example. OH group is in ortho position to COOH group on benzene ring, that is salicylic acid. Thus, carboxylic acids are classified into 2 types: aliphatic carboxylic acids 1, aromatic carboxylic acids 2. Aliphatic carboxylic acids 1, aromatic carboxylic acids 2. Examples for aliphatic carboxylic acids: formic acid, acetic acid. Example for aromatic carboxylic acid: benzoic acid, salicylic acid. So this is the classification of carboxylic acids depending on the nature of R. Depending on the nature of R. Now coming to second type of classification. Classification of carboxylic acids. What is the heading here? Based on the number of COOH groups. Carboxylic acid, the functional group is COOH. Based on number of COOH groups, again carboxylic acids are classified into 3 categories. Okay, carboxylic acid, RCOOH, number of COOH groups. Based on this, they are classified into 3. The green one COOH group. If one COOH group is present, monocarboxylic acids. If in the compound 2 COOH groups are present, dicarboxylic acids. If in the compound 3 COOH groups are present, tricarboxylic acids. Now we shall see monocarboxylic acids. Yes, monocarboxylic acids we know already. Up to now, whatever we are reading were monocarboxylic acids only in the previous session of nomenclature, and in the present session of derivatives we gave the examples mainly of monocarboxylic acids only. They are formic acid, acetic acid, propionic acid. Common names: formic acid HCOOH, acetic acid CH3COOH, propionic acid CH3CH2COOH, 3 carbons. Now, second one, dicarboxylic acids. Oxalic acid. 2 COH groups are present and between 2 carbons bond is present. And one more one, phthalic acid. Here also 2 carboxylic acids, 2 COH groups are present in ortho position on benzene ring is called as phthalic acid. Okay. Now, while writing oxalic acid, COOH bond COOH, how to write? Okay, we shall see in the next slide. Okay. Now, present dicarboxylic acids are these in which 2 carboxylic acid groups are present. Now, coming to the third category, tricarboxylic acids. That is, which are having 3 COOH groups. That is example, citric acid. CH2COOH, COOH and CH2COOH, and one OH is also present. Citric acid in citrus fruits, in lemon and in oranges, all are rich in citric acid. Citrus fruits we call them. In this present pandemic period, vitamin C is essential for all of us to raise our immunity levels. For that, everyone is suggested to take at least 1 orange or 1 lemon in their daily food. Okay. Now, this is citric acid which is having 3 carboxylic, 3 COOH groups, 1, 2 and 3 COOH groups are present. Okay. So, this is about classification of carboxylic acids based on number of COOH groups: monocarboxylic acid, dicarboxylic acid and tricarboxylic acid. So, this is about the classification of carboxylic acids based on number of COOH groups. They are classified into 3 categories: monocarboxylic acids, dicarboxylic acids and tricarboxylic acids. Now, in these monocarboxylic acids we will discuss in this chapter. Dicarboxylic acids in the next chapter of this semester only you have dicarboxylic acids, and to remember all the dicarboxylic acids name, one shortcut is also there. We will discuss that in the next slide. Yes, dicarboxylic acids. To remember dicarboxylic acids names, this sentence is famous. Oh my such good apples. In this sentence, every first letter is taken O. O stands for oxalic acid. Oxalic acid, O. In which 2 COOH groups are present. All these are dicarboxylic acids. In everything, 2 COOH groups only present, oxalic acid. Now, while writing oxalic acid, what you have to remember? COOH and COOH. But the bond shall be written between C and C. Please don't write blindly as like this. Where is the bond? Between carbon and carbon, or in between COOH and COOH? In between COOH and COOH, the bond is present between carbons only. Okay? COOH, COOH, and the bond must be kept between 2 carbons. This is oxalic acid. Now, second one. Second is M. M for malonic acid. If you observe, M for malonic acid. If you observe in oxalic acid, malonic acid, what is the change? In oxalic acid, only two COOH groups are present. In malonic acid, between two COOH groups, one CH2 is embedded. That is malonic acid, to identify that malonic acid. And mostly we write malonic acid while writing the notes. We write like this: CH2, CH2, COOH and COOH. And here also, while writing in notes, we write mostly like this. And while writing this also, we shall remember that the bond must be kept in between C and C only. If you keep the bond like this, it will be a wrong. Okay? Please concentrate on that point, that where the bonds are kept in organic chemistry. This is about the second dicarboxylic acid, 2 COOH groups. The second dicarboxylic acid, malonic acid. Now the third one is S. So you have already understood the point, that is, in oxalic, no embedding between COOH. In malonic acid, one CH2 is embedded. In succinic acid, two CH2s will be embedded. Okay? Yes. This is succinic acid. In between two COOH groups, two CH2s are present. That is, number of CH2s are one by one increasing between two COOH groups. This is succinic acid. Between two COOH groups, two CH2 groups are embedded. As it is a dicarboxylic acid, every acid will have two COOH groups only. Just concentrate on number of CH2s embedded in between them. This is succinic acid. Now coming to the next one, glutaric. G for glutaric acid. And what is that? Yes, this one. Glutaric acid. In between two COOH groups, how many CH2s are embedded? 1, 2, 3 CH2s are embedded between two COOH groups. That is glutaric acid. Now, and last one is A, apples. That A stands for here adipic acid. Yes, in between two COOH groups, 4 CH2s are embedded, adipic acid. Okay? So between two COOH groups, 4 CH2s are embedded, adipic acid. That is how we remember the shortcut, the famous sentence, "Oh my such good apples," oxalic, malonic, succinic, glutaric and adipic acids. This is how we remember dicarboxylic acids. And all these examples are important because we study in detail about them in the next chapter, that is carbanions chapter. Now, methods of preparation of carboxylic acids. By the hydrolysis of nitriles, amides and esters. All these categories on hydrolysis produce carboxylic acids. Just now we have seen what are amides and what are esters. So then what are nitriles? Yes, we shall see. The first one is hydrolysis of alkyl nitriles. Alkyl nitriles are nothing but alkyl cyanides. What is cyanide? CN, carbon, nitrogen. CN is cyanide, that is called as alkyl cyanide if RCN is present. How? RCN is the general formula of alkyl nitriles or alkyl cyanides. The nitriles on hydrolysis. What is meant by hydrolysis? Addition of water. In presence of an acid, in within brackets H plus. Acid is denoted in shortcut with proton H plus, and in presence of a base, that is with OH minus, denoted shortly with OH minus, form carboxylic acids, that is alkyl cyanides. RCN is the general formula for alkyl cyanides or alkyl nitriles. They undergo hydrolysis in presence of an acid or base to form carboxylic acids. So here R is alkyl group, CN is nitrile. The IUPAC nomenclature for CN is nitrile, and cyanide is a common name. Alkyl cyanide is a common name, whereas nitrile is IUPAC nomenclature based term. Now this is like this. How alkyl nitrile is written? Alkyl cyanide, how it is written? RC triple bond N. In CN, there is a triple bond between carbon and nitrogen. That is alkyl nitrile is undergoing hydrolysis. That is addition of water in presence of acid. In presence of base can also be done. Okay. So what is producing? Carboxylic acid RCOOH plus NH3, ammonia. That is, this part of alkyl nitrile is converting into RCOOH, carboxylic acid, and this part of nitrile, that is nitrogen, is converting into NH3, that is ammonia. So this is the overall equation for hydrolysis of alkyl nitriles, general equation, where R is taken. In place of R, if we take some example, that is where R is alkyl group like methyl, ethyl, propyl, like those. If one example is taken, that will be a live example. How that is, we shall see. Methyl nitrile. In place of R, we have taken CH3. So in place of R, what we have taken? CH3 methyl. Then its name has become methyl nitrile. Methyl nitrile on hydrolysis in presence of H2O and H plus, that is hydrolysis in presence of water, in presence of acid. What is forming? Acetic acid is produced and ammonia are produced. In place of RCOH, we have CH3COOH. So CH3COOH common name is acetic acid. Okay. Now, mechanism. During hydrolysis, amides are formed as intermediates. During hydrolysis of this nitriles, amides are formed as intermediates. What are amides? CO and H2 are the amides. Okay, we have just seen them. So how the mechanism is? Alkyl nitrile is taking OH minus from water. Then what will happen? Here in RC triple bond N, what is happening? This pi bond is shifting towards this nitrogen. Pi bond is shifting towards nitrogen because when compared to carbon and nitrogen, the electronegativity of nitrogen is more than that of carbon. That is, the tendency to attract the electron pair in the bond towards itself. Nitrogen can attract more the pi electrons than carbon. That's why the pi electrons are shifting more towards nitrogen. And this OH minus, as a deficiency of electrons is appearing on carbon. That is, if it happens like this, what will happen? R, C, double bond, N. This pi bond is shifted to nitrogen now. That's why it become minus. And it is losing. Who is losing the bond? Carbon. That's why it will get positive. By losing electrons, by losing bond, it will get positive. By gaining electron or by gaining pi electrons, nitrogen will get negative. Now Rc minus, this is, I shall write this here only. Okay. So Rc, C plus double bond N minus. Now as there is a positive charge on carbon, this OH minus is attacking carbon. That is, OH minus is coming and forming bond with carbon from H2O or from base. If we take base, from base, like that. So then what will happen? Plus minus neutralization, and in between these two a bond will be formed, carbon and oxygen, and double bond N will get minus charge as it is. So that is, the resulting compound is like this: Rc bond OH, double bond N minus. Okay, see that. Yes, Rc double bond N minus bond OH. Now this will react with water. HOH or H2O is water that we have taken for hydrolysis purpose, water only, no, that's why. Now from water, which part shall go to nitrogen? So now we are seeing this Rc double bond N minus OH, HOH. HOH is H plus OH minus. Now H2O, nothing but this H plus part is forming bond with N minus. N minus H plus will form a bond and NH is forming. What is forming? NH is forming. That is here NH. NH. So this hydrogen has come from here. Okay. Now this way this compound has formed. Like this. Rc double bond N minus OH adds to H plus of water to form Rc double bond NH and bond OH. Now this will rearrange like this. How? Now the present compound is Rc double bond NH and O bond H. This will rearrange. This is called as imine. Double bond NH is called as imine. Imine will rearrange like this. This this bond between oxygen and hydrogen will shift in between carbon and oxygen. Then what will become? This carbon will become C double bond O. Now how many carbons bonds it has? R, and on right side double bond NH. And what happened to this hydrogen? It will lose its bond. So it will get H plus. It has freed and H plus has formed. Now carbon, see how many bonds are present for carbon? 5 bonds are there. So carbon shall form only 4 bonds. That's why one pi bond will shift towards nitrogen. Then what will happen? R, C, OH, OH, double bond NH. Now this bond is shifting here and as if it comes here, carbon will get 5 bonds. That's why one bond will shift to nitrogen. Then what it will become? N minus, NH minus it will become. Now if it has lost its bond, if hydrogen has lost its bond and this bond is forming here a double bond, as it is shifting there, a double bond is formed here and hydrogen has lost its bond. H plus is formed. Now H plus N minus, these two form bond, becoming NH2. Becoming what? NH2. Okay, so that is these two form a bond to form NH2. Already NH is present, it is becoming NH2. Okay, so that is this bond is rearranging here and this bond is going to nitrogen. N get minus, H will lose its bond, H plus, N minus and H plus will form again one more bond to form NH2, and the new compound is like this. How? RC double bond O NH2, that is nothing but alkyl amide. RC double bond O NH2. Now this alkyl amide is the intermediate. Here we have, during hydrolysis, amides are formed as intermediates. Okay, now this on hydrolysis in presence of water, H2O oblique H plus, will give carboxylic acid, RCOOH, that is carboxylic acid, and NH3 ammonia, as we have seen here, NH3 ammonia. Okay, so from RCONH2, how we are getting RCOOH and NH3? So from this method, carboxylic acid with one carbon more than that of alkyl nitrile can be prepared. So from RCONH2, just I am writing here, from RCONH2, just imagine with H2O. What is H2O? HO and H. Just for a simple, remember like this. Connect to these two, sorry, that's why keeping bonds in organic chemistry is very important. Yes, connect these two and connect these two. What will happen? RCOOH and NH3. Okay, so that is what? RCOOH plus NH3 are formed. That is here RCONH2 plus H2O oblique H plus RCOOH plus NH3. Okay, just to simple to remember easily, like this. H2O means H and OH and H, or HOH. Now take these two parts, RCOOH and NH3, and while writing, one thing we have to remember. What we have to remember? From which side we are breaking the bond? From that side only you connect the bonds. Do you understand that what I have said? From which side we are breaking the bonds? From that side only you connect the bonds. For example, RCO NH2 HO and H. Now I am breaking the bond on this side. Now connecting NH3 and RCOOH. So RCOOH, while writing, we should not write RCOHO. It is not like that. It is connected from this side only, because this side only breakage has occurred. RCOOH. Okay, so remember like that. So this is how we prepare carboxylic acids by the hydrolysis of amides. In this, one point to be remembered is from alkyl nitriles, by the hydrolysis of alkyl nitriles. The intermediates are amides. And one more thing we have to remember here is, from this method of carboxylic acids with one carbon more than that of alkyl nitrile is formed. So we have taken CH3, CO, Cn we have taken, yes, RCOOH, no, same number of, so this is the same number of carbon atoms are present in both nitrile and carboxylic acid. Yes, this Cn is becoming COOH. So what we have to remember? Cn on hydrolysis produces COOH. So this is we have to remember. Okay. So this is not with one carbon, this is not correct. Okay. So same number of carbon atoms, with same number of carbon atoms as alkyl nitrile, the carboxylic acid will also have the same number of. So this is what today's session, that is preparation of carboxylic acids from alkyl nitriles. Okay. Thank you. Stay home and stay safe.